Calling the Congress of Alliance opportunistic, PM Modi on Saturday said the world was watching one corrupt party covering for another. Addressing his first rally in the capital for the Lok Sabha polls, Modi said Congress has taken credit for exposing AAP government's involvement in the alleged liquor scam but was now forced to join hands. He also accused India bloc of going to any extent to pursue vote bank politics and claimed the then Congress government handed over 123 prime properties to Delhi Waqf board during 14 Lok Sabha elections. Delhi NCR continued to reel under a heatwave for the second consecutive day as the mercury breezed 45 degrees Celsius at 10 stations on Saturday. Mungeshpur in northwest Delhi was the hottest at 46 degrees Celsius. The heat spell will continue next week as the maximum temperature is predicted to hover around 45 degrees Celsius for the next 7 days. A few stations are expected to record temperature higher by 1 or 2 degrees. India Meteorological Department has sounded a red alert for Sunday while orange alert has been issued from May 20 to 22. IMD has warned about the formation of a low pressure area over southwest Bay of Bengal around May 22. Mrityunjay Mohapatra, DG of Meteorology, said the low pressure area will help monsoon advance over Andaman Sea and adjoining Bay of Bengal. It is too early to confirm whether or not it will transform into a cyclone. SkyMet's President GP Sharma, however, said the system did have significant potential to become a cyclone but is unlikely to hinder monsoon progress. West Bengal CM Mamata Banerjee Saturday accused a few monks from Bharat Sevashram Sangh and Ramakrishna Mission of directly working against TMC and helping BJP. At a rally in Hugli's Jairambati, Banerjee named BSS monk Kartik Maharaj. There is a Maharaj in Behrampur, Kartik Maharaj. He says he will not allow any TMC agent in the poll booth. She said she also referred to RKM and instructions from Delhi during her speech. Local Congress functionaries are stuck in a bind because their facade of camaraderie in Delhi and Haryana and rivalry in Punjab won't hold up for long. The public can clearly see how one corrupt individual is shielding another, Modi said at a rally in northeast Delhi. Taking a swipe at CM Arvind Kejriwal and AAP, he said those who had entered politics promising to end corruption were now involved in scams worth thousands of crores of rupees and were making rounds of the jail. He also took a dig at Congress AAP city sheet sharing arrangement, saying there was a time when Congress held the reins across the country but now could not put up a candidate in the constituency where its Shahi Parivar lived, referring to the Gandhi family which has houses in the New Delhi parliamentary constituency. Under the alliance in Delhi, AAP has fielded its candidates in 4 seats including New Delhi while Congress is contesting 3. Though he did not take any direct reference to Kejriwal's insinuation that he would retire next year after turning 75 and make Amit Shah the PM, Modi asserted that he has no heir. Agar koi waris hai to aap hi mera waris hai, this and this. He told the crowd, adding that 140 crore Indians were his heirs and he had dedicated himself to securing their future. Mera pal pal aapka, this and this. Accusing the opposition alliance of pursuing appeasement politics, Modi alleged in exchange for electoral support, Congress-led UPA government transferred 123 significant heritage properties to Waqf board. He claimed that these properties were situated in prime locations in Delhi and were worth lakhs of rupees per square yard. He also blamed the opposition for the 20 Delhi riots following the enactment of Citizenship Act and said there was significant resistance of the move to provide Indian citizenship to refugees, mostly Dalits, who were prosecuted in neighboring countries and were recently granted citizenship under the law. This opportunistic alliance can also spread violence in the country for appeasement. Remember, when the CAA law was brought, they held Delhi hostage for months. First they blocked the roads, then caused riots. But today their lies have been exposed. Refugees living in Delhi for years are getting citizenship. Modi said during the rally several women belonging to Hindu families from Pakistan who recently got Indian citizenship under CAA felicitated the PM. Kanhaiya Kumar, the Congress candidate from North East Delhi, alleged on Saturday after the person who attacked him during his campaign on Friday was a BJP worker. According to Kumar, the assailant had been seen sharing the stage with Manoj Tiwari, his rival and BJP MP from the same constituency. The Delhi unit of BJP refuted this accusation. BJP is trying to disrupt my campaign, but remember this, I have the blood of freedom fighter running in my veins and the campaign will go on. Kumar said at a press conference on Saturday, I appeal to people to not get distracted by all this but to keep the real issues in the election in their minds. Kumar implied that Tiwari's anxiety about losing a seat he won in 2 consecutive elections has driven him to employ such strategies. He called upon the constituency's voters to respond appropriately to what he termed as the dictatorship and gundagardi of BJP and on election day on May 25. Manoj Tiwari is scared the people are not allowing him to enter their lanes because he has no work to show. Kumar alleged the village that he adopted in 14 has several problems like lack of power supply and waterlogging. People no longer listen to him. That is why he had planned this cowardly attack on me. According to the Congress candidate, people from across the country expressed their dismay to the attack on him. He challenged Tiwari to engage in a discussion and debate with him about the issues facing the North East Delhi constituency. The India Bloc nominee encouraged people to vote in the Lok Sabha election, saying, I want to remind everyone that this is their last weapon. BJP will mislead you, the common people, to divert attention from the poll issues. You should not lose focus. Kumar stated that he had filed a complaint with police and the returning officer about the attack. He emphasized that a candidate running for office, it is the Election Commission's responsibility to ensure his safety and a fair election, which is why he has submitted a complaint to the returning officer in accordance with the rules. Former Prime Minister Manmohan Singh, former Vice President Hamid Ansari, former Deputy PM Lal Krishna Advani and BJP's Murli Manohar Joshi were among 1,200 odd people who cast their votes through postal ballots on Saturday under Election Commission's Vote from Home initiative. According to officials, special mobile teams comprising poll officials and police personnel were sent to their residences to collect their votes. While the votes were cast under secrecy, the entire process was videographed for transparency. Of the 1.7 lakh eligible voters, persons with disabilities and aged above 85, only 5,400 has applied for the facility to cast votes from home. As per the data, the poll officials found 5,400 applicants valid for it. On Saturday, the votes of 1,100 people were collected, while a total of 4,200 have so far cast their votes. Officials said the exercise would be completed by May 24, a day before voting in Delhi. Electoral officials said voters were notified in advance to prepare for the visit. The BLOs visited the homes in advance, and the eligible voters were also notified through text message about the scheduled home voting. AAP's Rajya Sabha MP Raghav Chadha, who was away to the United Kingdom for the treatment of his eye, reached CM Kejriwal's residence on Saturday. He was seen entering the CM's official residence in Civil Lines area in a car in the morning and left a little while later. No details of the meeting with the Chief Minister were available. The prominent AAP functionary Raghav was away from politics since early this year due to an eye ailment. Sources said he underwent an eye surgery in the United Kingdom a few weeks ago. He is in the list of Aam Aadmi Party star campaigners for the 24 Lok Sabha polls in Delhi and Punjab. Talking to reporters last month, Delhi Health Minister Saurabh Bhardwaj said Chadha will be back to India and campaign for the party as soon as he felt better. Punjab CM Bhagwant Mann has also expressed hope that Chadha will be campaigning for AAP after returning to India. Delhi University has announced 7 days reduction in its summer vacations, evoking strong reactions from the teachers. According to the revised circular issued on May 16, the summer break is now from June 14 to July 21 instead of June 7 to July 21 as conveyed as conveyed through the November 9 circular. The move has drawn criticism from teachers as they get only this vacation in the entire year to pursue academic work and also to visit their families in hometowns. There is no academic rationale behind reducing the vacation period since the academic calendar did not witness any disruption since January and no teaching is being done in June. This kind of sudden change in the academic calendar without any prior notice or any ostensible reason shows absolute disregard for any sanctity of institutional functioning and brings a bad name to the university, said Rudrashi Chakraborty, Associate Professor of Kirorimal College, adding that teachers who have already applied for various academic programs. It is difficult to buy tickets for the period. This sudden change will result in teachers using their leaves or cancelling expensive tickets. No good university changes the academic calendar so carelessly. This is the second time that the academic calendar has been changed. Earlier, a shift was done through a notification, said Abha Dev Habib, Associate Professor of Miranda House. Government on Saturday advised Indian students in Kyrgyzstan to stay indoors following violent clashes between foreign and local students in the capital Bishkek. There are about 18,000 Indian students in the Central Asian country, mostly studying medicine. Foreign Minister S. Jaishankar said he is monitoring the welfare of Indian students in Bishkek. Situation is reportedly calm now. Advised students to stay in touch with the embassy, he said in a post on X. No Indian student was reported injured in the clashes which erupted apparently after a confrontation between Egyptian and local students. South Asian, including Indian and Pakistani students, were targeted too by local people later. Kyrgyz Foreign Ministry said in a statement later in the day that the situation in the capital of Bishkek was calm and under full control and all necessary measures have been taken to ensure security, maintain peace and stability. Therefore, Ministry asked representatives of mass media, blogger community and foreign colleagues to be guided only by the official and confirmed information of the competent bodies of Kyrgyz Republic, it added. Police and riot gear were deployed in several parts of the Kyrgyzstan capital as large crowds gathered in anger over an alleged fight between local and foreign people. The Times of Central Asia reported the incident appeared to reflect tension over the presence of migrants, many from South Asia, in Kyrgyzstan, it added. Kyrgyz Foreign Ministry accused destructive forces of deliberately disseminating untrue and false information about the situation in the Kyrgyz Republic in foreign mass media and social networks, especially in the territory of the Islamic Republic of Pakistan. Indian students in Bishkek have offered chilling accounts in the wake of the violence. They are targeting foreigners, with most locked up their homes, institutes putting off exams and many desperate to return home. Most of the estimated 18,000 students from India in Kyrgyzstan pursue medical courses. A second-year MBBS student from Maharashtra's Beed said a hostel came under attack on Friday night barely 2.5 kilometers from his place. Video clips are circulated, triggering panic, he told. Another youngster from Indore, a third-year MBBS student in the same college, said, "It's been 24 hours that we have kept off the lights in our houses. Many of us could not even go to the canteen for breakfast. College administration is delivering food in hostel. We have been instructed to stay indoors." Matters were worse for students staying on their own. If the situation does not improve soon, they will starve. Students scared of travelling to college from the hostels after one of them was attacked by a taxi driver. "We want to return to India," the Indore student said. On Saturday, fresh messages were being circulated by locals to mobilize crowds to target foreign students. Those from India and Pakistan have borne the brunt of attacks, which started after a skirmish between locals and Egyptian students. "The attackers are just going by the color of the skin," a student from Delhi said. Insia Hussain, a second-year MBBS student at Osh from 350 km from Bishkek, spoke of harrowing moments. "Our semester exam scheduled for Friday was postponed." Insia's father, Amir Hussain, who lives in Beed, said she was supposed to return home after May 27. We are constantly in touch, so she does not feel alone," Amir said. Another student from Telangana's Nalgonda said Another student from Telangana's Nalgonda said she and some others have shifted to the university hostel from their private accommodation in Bishek, some 30 km away. The Chief Judicial Magistrate of Pithoragarh sentenced 3 men, including an assistant manager of Patanjali Ayurved Limited, to 6 months in prison and fined all 3 defendants for failing a Son Papdi food test. On October 17, 2019, as Food Safety Inspector visited Leeladhar Pathak's shop at Main Market in Berinag, Pithoragarh, where concerns were raised about Patanjali Navratan Ilaichi Son Papdi. Samples were collected and notices issued to Kamlaji, Kahanaji distributor, this and this. Okay. A top finance ministry official on Saturday sounded caution about the large volumes on futures and option trading and said there is a need to ensure that the capital market grows in areas where the country's household savings can be used for productive purposes. When we take pride in the fact that we have the world's largest trading volume for futures and options, we need to ask ourselves, is that a sign of progress or a sign of concern? V. Anantha Nageshwaran, Chief Economic Advisor in the Finance Ministry, said at a conclave organized by a Confederation of Indian Industry, whenever financial sector development precedes national development, the story has not ended well for another countries as well. The Asian crisis 1997-98 is a very important example, said Nageshwaran. He said the so that the extent the financial sector has this responsibility, said Nageshwaran. Securitization refers to making financial products available in manageable portions to minimize risk. Future and option is a complex trading in stock derivative and carries significant risk, and the explosion of volumes in retail F&O has emerged as a concern for authorities. Chetan Singh Solanki, aka Solar Man of India, is man behind the viral Wrinkles Achhe Hain campaign, which has reportedly made over 6 lakh Indians turn up to work wearing unironed clothes every Monday, seated in its solar bus. This IIT Bombay professor, who is also MP's official brand ambassador for solar energy, talks to Sharmila this via Zoom about climate change, his 11-year yatra and his sunny outlook. After getting CSIR staff to flaunt wrinkles, you recently stated that only guests wearing unironed clothes would be welcome at your daughter's wedding. Yes, the wedding is still far away. Meanwhile, we are all contributing to climate change, which is why I have designed a weekly campaign called Wrinkles Achhe Hain. Ironing a garment after 5 to 7 minutes each round requires 0.2 units of electricity, since most of the world's electricity comes from coal. This means we are contributing roughly 200 grams of carbon each time we iron. Since prevention is better than cure, we should take pride in giving a better future to children by not ironing. Almost 6.5 lakh people from 340 organizations are now following the campaign. After the elections, I am going to make an appeal to the PM to wear unironed clothes on Mondays and appeal to the public to do the same. You began your Energy Swaraj Yatra in 20. After 4 years, does the solar bus feels like home now? Yes, very much. Today is the day 1200 of my Energy Swaraj Yatra. I have just reached Dehradun from Delhi. It's cooler here, though not as cool as it should be. The whole idea of the yatra is the masses should understand where the problem of global warming lies as well as solutions. 99% people don't understand it, so I have solar chai with strangers along the way, and I also host a podcast called Solar Chai Pe Charcha, on which I invite people who are working to address the climate challenge for a chat. Many have offered me places to stay at temples and hotels, but I feel most comfortable on the bus. Inside there is a library, a kitchen with the induction stove, two coolers and a washroom. There is no fridge. Initially we had to learn how to keep the books from falling and kitchen drawing from opening, but we know how to manage now. We have also figured out how to park the bus in a spot in such a way that it gets charged and not heated by the sun. Can you see the greenery outside? Turns the laptop camera to his window. Okay. Israeli troops and tanks pushed on Saturday into parts of the congested northern Gaza Strip district that they had previously skirted in the more than 7-month-old war, killing and wounding dozens of Palestinians, medics and residents said. Israel's forces also took over some ground in Rafah, a southern city next to the Egyptian border that is packed with displaced people and where the launch this month of a long-threatened incursion to crush holdouts of Palestinian Islamist militant group Hamas has alarmed Cairo and Washington. In Israel, the Israeli military said its air forces hit more than 70 targets across the Gaza Strip, while ground troops conducted targeted raids in eastern Rafah, killing 50 militants and locating dozens of tunnel shafts. In what Israeli media said was the result of the intelligence gleaned during the latest incursions, the military announced the recovery of the body of a man who was among more than 250 hostages seized by Hamas in a cross-border rampage on October 7 that triggered the war. For Ukraine gun commander this, the long-awaited US ammunition can't come fast enough as he and his comrades struggle to hold off relentless Russian attacks. His units US supplied M777 howitzer, which once hurled 100 shells a day at the encroaching enemy, is now often reduced to fewer than 10. It's a luxury if we can fire 30 shells. America says it's rushing ammunition and weapons to Ukraine following the delayed approval of a $61 billion aid package by Congress last month. As of early May, though, two artillery units visited by Reuters on the eastern front line said they were still awaiting for the boost in delivery and operating at a fraction at the rate they need to hold back the Russians. Ukrainian President Vladimir Zelensky told in an exclusive interview that he expects Russia to step up its offensive in the northeast and warned Kyiv only has a quarter of the air defense it needs to hold the front line. Russian forces, which had made only moderate advances in recent months, launched a surprise assault in the Kharkiv region on May 10 that has resulted in their biggest territorial gains in a year and a half. Echoing Indian skipper Rohit Sharma's sentiments, star batter Virat Kohli has criticized the impact player substitution rule and said it is disrupting the balance of the game. The mid-innings substitution rule adopted in the previous edition of the IPL has sparked a row, with Rohit expressing his displeasure in a podcast last month. Now Kohli has also asked for a rethink on the rule. I agree with Rohit, entertainment is one aspect of the game, but there is no balance. Kohli said on Jio Cinema, I think it has disrupted the balance and a lot of people are feeling this way, not just me. Bowlers are feeling like what they should do. Kohli said, I have never experienced anything like it where bowlers think they will concede 4 or 6 on every ball. Not every team has a Bumrah or the mystery of Rashid Khan. I am telling you, with one extra batter there is a reason I am playing with 200 plus strike rate in the power plays. I know there is a batsman waiting at number 8 as well. We are playing a high level of cricket and it should not be that dominant in my opinion. There is a beauty about having an equal balance between bat and ball, Kohli added. BCCI Secretary Jay Shah has said that the impact rule is a test case. I am sure Jai Bhai has mentioned it already that they will review it, said Kohli. Kohli's strike rate this season has attracted criticism, including comments from Sunil Gavaskar. I don't need to react. I know what I can do on ground. I don't need to tell anyone what kind of player I am. I have never felt that I should go and feel someone not to say certain things about me. I know what I can do out there. I don't need anyone's approval or assurance that I played well, Kohli said. The Indian Meteorological Department had issued a yellow alert for Saturday 4 overs into the virtual knockout clash between Royal Challengers Bengaluru and Chennai Super Kings. A steady downpour ensured the covers came on for 42 minutes. The RCB dugout was on tenterhooks, hoping their playoff dreams were not washed away without a fight. When the match resumed, there was a rain yet again, but it's kind of showers the jam-packed stadium has patiently waited for. RCB's combined batting effort ensured they finished with a commanding 218 for 5. That was the beginning of a well-scripted and executed victory. Playing their 100th IPL match on their home turf, the M. Chinnaswamy Stadium, Faf du Plessis and his men continued their resurgence in the 17th edition of the IPL. Tight bowling, electric fielding by the likes of du Plessis ensured a 27-run win for RCB and the last playoff berth at the expense of CSK. With both tied on 14 points, RCB sneaked past CSK on a better run rate. A loss notwithstanding, CSK could have still qualified if they had breached the 100 mark. CSK needed 17 runs of the last over to qualify. Mahendra Singh Dhoni looked like he would win it for his team. After sending a Yash Dayal's delivery out to the stadium, he was dismissed, and that signaled the end of CSK's challenge. In a high voltage clash, which could well have been the iconic MS Dhoni's last dance, former champion CSK were outplayed by RCB despite the heroics of another homeboy CSK's top order bat Rachin Ravindra, who has its root in Bengaluru. CSK were in with the season Ravindra Jadeja and veteran Dhoni at the crease, but RCB kept it tight in the last 2 overs. When rain interrupted play, RCB, who were invited to bat, were 31 for no loss. When they returned, they lost momentum for a few overs, with the dampness aiding spinners. The yellow alert taken in the stride, the pair of Rajat Patidar and Cameron Green took the bowlers to the cleaners with their ruthless display of power hitting during their 71-run third wicket partnership. Earlier, after the rain break, Virat Kohli for 47 and Faf du Plessis 54 saw off the testing period in which they went without a boundary for 14 deliveries. At the start of the season, Mumbai Indians were optimistic about their chances. The reason behind the expectations, battling lineup capable of destroying many attacks, and a replenished bowling unit led by the indefatigable Jasprit Bumrah. However, MI never anticipated the backlash they would face after appointing Hardik Pandya as their skipper, replacing Rohit Sharma, who had led the franchise to 5 IPL titles and guided India to the ODI World Cup final. The result was a divided fan base that never fully accepted Pandya as the leader. This led to the fractured team dynamic and disjointed efforts on the field, culminating in 10 defeats and finishing at the bottom of the standings for the second time in the 3 seasons.